Dating for the damned. Dating is just a board game for serial killers. Honestly, take a look at the fucking thing. In what other professional venue is it socially acceptable to meet strangers? The very idea of dating brings a shiver to my spine, the kind of shiver you get watching a scary movie with the lights off. Women will admit that meeting someone for the first time can be scary. Women want the man with a well-paying job, good sense of style, movie star grin, and the ability to talk them down from the edge on a rainy afternoon. The perfect man, the funny guy, well-traveled, well-educated, born and raised for one specific purpose in life. For you. Okay, now that we have cut through the bullshit with a butter knife, let me take the blindfold off your eyelids and remember that everything that you'd been taught is a lie. The perfect man that you'd imagined is pure fiction. The dirty little secret is that meeting someone new is much like playing a game of Russian roulette with a loaded pistol pressed against your cheek, and my finger is pulling the trigger. The perfect man is a lie created by attractive men with ulterior motives. We want to meet you, but we needed a reason to. I'm him. I'm the guy that you ladies hear about on TV or in the cheesy romantic comedy. You know, the one starring the guy that you wish was your boyfriend. I'll use this to my advantage. I'll wear a nice tie, comb my hair, and get a socially acceptable job with benefits and assume my new identity. It's what you were taught as little girls. You are brought up to believe that you deserve a man like me, for people like me. However, the well-educated, good-looking, socially acceptable bastards who wouldn't mind seeing what your gall bladder looks like from the inside out are never added into the equation. Is a great-looking man ever considered a threat? The media tells you that a person with sharp cheekbone structure and who owns an expensive car couldn't possibly spend their free time butchering women. Preposterous. Seriously, weren't good-looking individuals meant for so much more than to turn into mass murderers? Or is that what we would want you to believe? If not for my bone structure, whom would we know to put on television or incorporate into mass media, to influence the culture of youth, decide when and what to wear, or to run our companies? Who would we pin up on our wall, or declare secular division of worship? Who would you have been taught to trust? The beautiful women that sit across from me smile at the waiter after he stops to refill our glasses of water. I flash him the fuck off smile, and he does just that. You lost her for only a minute, I remind myself, looking into her eyes. Now it had come time to play the role that I had been born to play. If only I could remember her name. We already had quite a night planned. Later we would visit the theater, and even later, I would ask her to come home with me, so I can show her my surgical kit, which contains my rusty knife used to chisel through flesh and bone. Her name is Janelle, and unbeknownst to her, she is the first Janelle that I had ever been with, so I feel like a complete mongrel slipping up on her name. I'm bored well before our appetizers arrive, twiddling my silver fork on a lone noodle in a bowl of soup, imagining it was my rusty knife playing with her spleen. I'll tell her I am thinking about us and gently massage her palm with my palm. I'm almost too good that I have to smile, and she smiles back at me. I am pretty fucking spectacular, by the way, in case you were wondering. You have to have a clear topic, well thought out ideas, and still able to listen to her when she believes that she had won. But most importantly, what you're saying has to grasp her attention. Just like this. Never apologize for babbling, and never shrink mid-story and let your experiences diminish as you search for the right words. Chew the fucking scenery up. Extravagant hand gestures and look at her like you're a fucking marine sniper posted low in the tall, long green grass. Think of any time you've been to a good film. You have to be the main attraction. Discuss your travel and ambition, or how you have grown as a person, and avoid meaningless conversations such as pop culture references, gossip, or whatever you want to call water cooler conversation. Keep the focus on her. If she is interested in where you're going in your life, she'll most likely go home with you later tonight. Just like the stranger handing out delicious-looking pink candy to a child from inside an automobile. The venue is jammed-packed with handsome stranger faces and a loud assortment of stories from frolicking lips. All around me, I can count them out, at least half a dozen of us seated in the restaurant tonight, and a few recognizable faces that run in the same serial killer circle. You'll have to be sure to take her to the best spot in town. For our dinner tonight, I had begun with the Thai cucumber shrimp appetizer, which composes of sliced cucumbers topped with shrimp and hot chili sauce. easy and fun. Our second course for the evening is the attention grabber, lobster tail in a barramundi, slowly poached in warm butter with plenty of spice for flavor with a side of small new red potatoes drizzled with truffle oil. Simple and elegant. Do not forget the julienne of fresh snow peas and carrots cut into julienne matchsticks with a refreshing lemon vinaigrette sauce. For dessert, order the flourless chocolate sponge cake served in a martini glass topped with whipped cream, chocolate ganache, and toasted nuts. Share the spoon. The woman named Janelle excuses herself from the table to use the restroom. I smile, kissing the top of her hand, and Janelle, or whatever the fuck her name is, blushed a drunken raspberry red. Here's how it goes. Before a meal, you should order a drink such as a martini or a scotch or bourbon highball. These drinks are cold, light, and get the appetite prepared to receive your meal. Also, it provides stellar conversation and game for staring her where you need her to be. Following the meal, you would only want to order a dessert drink, such as brandy, cognac, or some liqueur. These actually shut down the taste buds to aid in digestion, thus making her feel the need to use the restroom and allow me to make my most crucial move of the night. She'll excuse herself and hurry off to the ladies' room, her stiletto heels tapping across the floor like little pins and tiny arms flinging from side to side. Women either will love their heels or hate them, but sometimes, in Janelle's case, they'll try to alter that to fit a guy's height. As soon as she turns her back, I reach into my coat pocket for the sleeping pill and pop it into her drink on the table. I can tell that Janelle's starting to appreciate the rohypnol I gave her towards the end of our dinner. She's slurring her words and saying stupid shit, so I figure that it's time to tip the waiter and be on our way. One can only imagine what's going through her mind right now. Well, besides the sedative, of course. To be honest, I'd admit to not caring. If my plans go well, her opinion won't matter too much. Come tomorrow morning, I have to apologize politely to a couple of the tables as we leave the restaurant hand in hand. Take her home as if you'd ordered her for dinner. Get in a cab with her. Be persistent but not intrusive. Women like men who will take charge. They like for you to be the man. She wraps an arm around my neck and kisses me. As our yellow automobile takes off down the street, spewing exhaust fumes and a particular horror story to go, then we are home. I turn the key in the keyhole, and we are fumbling with each other's clothing as if we were undergraduate students after a night on the town. I tilt her head back to nibble on the ear, both of them. She mumbles something as her tongue rolls out of her mouth like the red carpet at a Hollywood premiere, and her eyelids roll up into the back of her head. Janelle falls to her knees. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to lug a 115-pound human being by each armpit. I push the door open, dragging her body inside and kick the door closed, secluding both of us in my house of horror. Janelle is out cold, so it's easier to snap the handcuffs around her wrists to the bedpost on my bed. Her arms are held high above her head as if she were pleading for mercy, and her legs hang off the side of the mattress, so I have to scoop them back on. While Janelle is passed out, I get up and go behind the kitchen counter to get the rubber gloves beneath the sink and begin to lay out a clear blue roll of plastic sheet on the tile floor all around the bedroom. She looks so peaceful over there. I take my shoes off and my belt and then my pants, folding them over the back of the futon and finally my shirt, before moving into the bathroom to step into the shower. The warm water hits my face and then my bare skin, washing away all of my grime and filth down into the circling drain beneath my feet. It feels good to peel this face off like a Halloween mask that I wear and pretends to be to fit into this society as if I were playing dress up like a child. This is what all of you women want to be, something that you had been told to see. Well, don't complain if you don't like what you see underneath. It might frighten you. I turn off the hot water and step out of the shower stall and into the hallway, drying myself off with a black towel that hangs on the handrail to the stall. I drop the towel and strut out into the bedroom, newspaper scrunching beneath my bare feet. Janelle's somehow up and about, although her eyelids are heavy and fat. She's pulling on the handcuffs, twisting her body from right to left. There's drool on her chin like a baby before I wipe the spittle away with my left thumb. Then I'm beside her, close. The carving knife I'd taken out from the kitchen is hidden behind my back as if it were a bouquet of flowers for a lover waiting to be presented. A sliver of drool drops down onto her neck, followed by the heat of exhaust of my breath. She struggles, half in and out of reality. I reveal the carving knife as if it were the prestige of my magic act. I can hear her heart beat through her chest like a ticking bomb about to explode. The carving knife in my left hand shouldn't be there, and I can see her coming to this realization. This does not happen to girls like her, but it did. She's thinking, what did I do? I did everything that I had been told to do. The carving knife cuts deep into the inner thigh, spilling bright blood across the sheets and drips down onto the newspaper. I don't even hear her screams, nor do I care. I'm not the same man that she had agreed to go out with tonight. He's long since dead and she's about to join him.